Yeah, this is a multi video I got a hat on because it's cold in here. Reminds me of some places I've been to. To touch on in mature female. Uh, when I was a kid, this mature female gave me my first job. I ended up working that job for multiple years. I was underage working that job. I didn't make any money because I was doing volunteer at a certain facility. Her life was different. She came from another country. Um, so she was foreign. Very beautiful woman when she was young. Still beautiful when she got older. Um, she met a young guy, and they had they fling. Me and her son used to play football with him. In fact, he worked at a baking establishment like I did. But I worked at a baking establishment when I got older. Back then I was a kid, so he was at a baking establishment. I baked cookies at Crumble Cookies. He baked something else. Um, then she ended up with, funny how it goes, somewhat of a politician. The significance is and why. I'm not going to go into that out of respect for that woman, but I truly believe it's a connection to one of my loves in the past. No name. Actually, two of my loves. Which I won't divulge any names for any of y'all. I'm trying to keep this to where y'all would have to explain y'all parts or whatever if the connection is true. Y'all just let the people that y'all need to know let be known. Anyway, again, significances and why. My time with her was very expensive. I learned a lot about myself growing up. I wonder if the connection to her was me learning Spanish when I was a kid from my Spanish roots because of the proximity of where I learned Spanish. I was more fluent in Spanish when I was a child than when I became an adult because I spent 20 years basically in and out of, certain places. Put like this. This is comfortable to me to be in cold spots because being locked up in certain hells, better yet said, you don't get an address, no one should be able to find you unless you know your way up. And I'm going to keep it that there. Subject to torture? Not really. I was pretty cool. Most of my torture came from outside world. You guys see, you spend one time locked in cells, you spend some time locked in a box. And I spent some time locked in solitary multiple times, on multiple occasions, but my times in some of the hells was different. Taught me a lot. I shouldn't have been in there. But being in maximum security facilities like that sets a precedence in mind. You feel what I'm saying? So we'll leave it at that. Oh, you won't be finding these hells. Just hope you don't go there. Just say you might not want to go to hell. Real shit. I'll leave it at that. So really, another thing I had made a video earlier. I was trying to put out, but I'm gonna shorten it. I'm gonna go back to the mature woman. Her relationships didn't really work out. She worked as an administrator for a certain person to know who I'm talking about more because y'all are in that group. If it's both of y'all or it's one of y'all is in that group, and I know which one definitely is in that group, but I'm guessing two are definitely in that group. I'm going into 4 minutes, so I'm trying to shorten it because the way kids do nowadays, y'all can't, and adults, y'all can't have long videos, so I'm multitasking because I don't want to make multiple videos. Talking about my time in hell, the mature woman. To go back to energy with relationships, the way women look at life is you don't have to make a connection and keep it if that connection does not want to stay there because it is not happy there. You have to look inside yourself, and this goes for male and females who have that binding energy you have to look inside yourself and say, do I really want to bind somebody to my energy if they are not willing to participate the way I want them to? Now, this has nothing to do with, I'm going to signify this. In my tribe, I noticed that, like I said, the binding, my connections to a past love possibly pushed towards them binding me. But I broke free, and somehow I binded them, not on purpose, but by the fact of them wanting to be accepted by me. But they weren't doing the right things to keep me accepted. This goes for multiple women. I just didn't want y'all to stifle me a certain way, and I stifle you. So it goes back on both of us. But I still look at you because you started the binding. I did not try to initiate it or cast that type of spell. I don't do shit like that. I feel like dealing with love spells is not my thing. Like, I don't want to trap somebody in the energy. And I have to say this when it comes to a certain woman. You don't have to trap me if I want you. You get what I'm saying? You don't have to trap me. You just have to accept me. But you're going to have to accept me the way I accept you, to an extent. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm sitting here with this hat on because it's freezing cold in there. It reminds me of hell. It reminds me of being my times in hell. I've been to several hells. Like I said, the location you just never know. I could probably find my way back. I know somebody who actually found me in one of the hells. And I would like to throw this person's name in the ring, but I'm keeping it that way because I'm trying to not signify nobody on these subjects, not out of fear or hiding anybody. I'm just trying to get the message out to where nobody feels some type of way. You know exactly who I'm talking to. I don't know why I'm doing this right now. We're 7 minutes in, but I felt like doing this video because I had made so many multiple videos that did not go through. That wasn't so many, but it was multiple ones that I needed to be able to push this out. And I said, can I do it? And I did it in under 8. But I'm going to tell you like this. Human energy goes a long way. And if somebody's telling you yes, or telling multiple people yes, and I mean, for me, women, strictly women, understand something. Accept a yes. You just got to feel it the best way you can. And you have to know when to talk and when not to talk. Communication is everything. Communication. Down right at 8.